I just want to say right off the bat, first off, and forgive me, guys. I'm sorry, Miss Daniela. I made a mistake. I did. Please forgive me. I never meant to upset you. I hit a button by accident and I did not know how to reverse it. And that was my problem. And if you watch this, please forgive me. I would love to have conversations with you again. I would hate for all of this hard work between me and you to be for nothing. And I am going to continue to comment on your videos and I am going to continue to support you unless you block me. But I hope you don't. There was no disrespect there. So please, please understand that was all my fault. And I don't know what I did, but I apparently did it. And I'm not going to give an excuse. It just happened. And I hope we can make it better. All right, man. We're back to normal show now. I had to get that out first.
I just finished up a 2 mile run really quick, and it is
I,
so cold out right now.
I could run 2 miles if I freaking wanted to.
But the other day, did you hike in? Did you hike 6 miles in, or was it 3 miles in and 3 miles out? So it's a
No, it
total.
was 6 miles in, 6 miles out.
That's a 12 mile. That's still really impressive.
Well, my dad just didn't want to stop walking. And what ended up making it 6 miles is we ended up doing this and that. And he kept going all over the place because he was trying to follow a compass that isn't quite up to snuff anymore. It's literally like 40 something years old.
Oh dang!
He needs a new one. He really does. So his compass is a little off. Hi, my Jen Jen. Hi, baby.
Hey Jen,
You know,
in in the ultra running community, there's a lot of walking. You'd be surprised by how much walking actually takes place.
all right. Because I know I got stubby little legs. I'm not really good at running, and it's also because I. What's up, Marty McFly? How you doing? Um, Cross country through hike,
What tribe
starting in
is Washington
Washington State,
D.C.?
Washington D.C. That's big time. Got a cart and all my gear. All right, man. I have a backpack that I use right now. It's over at my friend's house. Um, but I have a backpack that I wear when I hunt, and I also use the same backpack when I go camping. It's just where that big plastic tube is. I'll have a tent right there instead.
Yeah, what's that tube for? Is that was that what you said? You kind of put it around
I,
the
you
hog?
roll it out. You roll it out flat. It rolls out to like 6.5, 7 foot long, and it's as wide as it is tall in the picture. And you place your kill on there, and then it's got holes all the way down it, and you literally zigzag a piece of paracord or a piece of rope through those holes and you cinch it down tight and you can drag your kill out and it'll just slide over logs and sticks and shit like that. So you're not getting hung up on everything and sitting there just yanking, yanking, yanking. Because I've drugged something 3 miles out of the woods before.
I bet.
It
Golly.
by the time you're done, you're huffing and puffing and breathing heavy. And guys, if you're wondering why I'm not wearing the hat, it's trying to honor Miss Daniela for accidentally upsetting her. Um so it's kind of like going half mast on a flag. So that's why I'm not wearing the hat tonight, guys.
That's a great metaphor.
Yeah. It was the first thing I could think of as a veteran. Well, not as a veteran, but as a family of veterans, you know. Blah, I'm having issues tonight, brother. That kind of upset me whenever we lost her support and her conversation. That really hit my heart. It really bugs me. Because I was really getting to know her, and it was really becoming a beautiful friendship.
I'm sure. I'm sure there has to be somewhere in there in the Quran about forgiveness.
Apologizing somehow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out, guys. We're gonna get Miss Daniela back. Hola, how you doing? All right, guys, we got like 96 people in here. So,
Holy
or
smokes!
not 96. We got 9 people in here. Blah. I said 96. We got 9 people in here. So, have you started reading that book yet, brother?
No, not yet. It just came, and then
Run.
life got the best of me.
Yeah. I'm sorry about to hear about your mom, man. I hope she'll feel better, brother.
Yeah, they're just finding or trying to figure out right now like what hospital she'll go to do it because she's had 4 open heart surgeries now, so there's like the cardiac risk and stuff like that
I love you too, my Jen Jen.
taken into consideration.
This show's apparently to Jen Jen. Final Thoughts is her bedtime story every night. And yeah, and her prayers.
I
Oh,
appreciate
that's
it.
my baby. That's my Jen Jen for you guys. She's super sweet. She's had a rough day, so show her some love, guys. But anyhow, we were gonna be talking about some Viking lore. So like what are some of the questions that you
Oh gosh, let me pull them up here. Let's.
had? Now realize I'm still trying to find my book at my dad's. I found a lot of stuff that I was missing at my dad's. Like I found my axe, because it was all in storage and everything. But I found my Viking axe. I got to clean the rust off of it though.
It is. I mean, just I guess to kind of circle back of what you were talking about last night. It's really interesting that Marvel got it like wrong, or not wrong, but they changed it up, right?
Well, they changed it up because they wanted to make it American, and also because apparently, from what I've read, that they didn't really have very much on Vikings back whenever they created the Marvel Thor comics. So they
Interesting.
had to stick with what they had going already. That's why the movies changed it up a little bit.
Hmm.
But they still had to change it up to make it their own, so they made it their own story.
Let's see here. Oh gosh, I don't even know really where to start, more or less. Um,
What's up, Napu?
do you have a
And
Viking
how you
nickname?
doing,
I know you know go by Gator, but do you have your own Viking nickname?
Yegalo?
Okay, okay. What is?
Back whenever I was in Renaissance reenactments, I did combat, and we would do the fight to the death, you know, and so my name was Yegalov at that point.
Interesting. That's
Yeah,
super cool.
it was just something I came up with as a kid. I thought it was cool because I've been the same height and size since fifth grade. I quit growing when I accidentally grabbed a power line. So
Wait, what?
I was climbing a tree, okay, and I didn't see the SOB because the tree branch was growing over it, and I dug my fingernails into it, and off the tree I went.
Phew. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's why I'm terrified of electricity. That's why I said earlier today, I'm not fearless. You pull out a taser and go bat bat bat. I'm gonna climb the walls like Spider Man. I'm gonna leave a hole like Scooby Doo. Bye.
Well, that just kind of refuels my theory that birds aren't real and they're just government listening devices, and that's why they're able to land on power lines without getting zapped.
Actually, it's something to do with their feathers and static charge. I can't remember. I heard it as a kid, but
Interesting.
yeah, yeah. Marvel gets some things right, gets some things wrong. For instance, they got it right that Odin's father's name was Bor. I can't remember who Bor's father's name was. And you roll your R's whenever you pronounce their names. So it's like Bor, Tor,
Oh,
you know,
interesting.
Odin. They're I learned the Icelandic pronunciation or Old Norse pronunciations for it. which Odin also in the old German beliefs, the old Germanic faith was called Wotan
Hmm.
by them. So they had very similar beliefs, which I also have German in me. So actually, I'm mostly German and Icelandic. That's like majority of me.
Right. That's where I got my DNA tested like back in 2018. I lost the login info to that, so unfortunately, but I can't look it up. But yeah, I'm pretty much mostly German and like Scandinavian and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you see, fun fact: people who grow beards like us, our ancestors were usually warriors because they would grow beards to cushion the blows from being punched and stuff. Just like a lion having a mane, you know. That's something that scientists have actually started looking into. I found it really interesting. I read it in National Geographic. I thought it was cool.
That is
You know,
super cool.
yeah, because at one point they think there may have been like a maned human. So,
I can see that. Like looking at like what's the was it, like the bearded lady, I think, or there was some guy in the Guinness Book of World Records that was just covered in hair.
oh yeah, that disease that they literally call lycanthropy now. I can't pronounce its true name because it's like, but not gonna try. Um, but I did get some of my facts a little mixed up last night. It was because I was a little upset because the whole stream didn't work. And when I'm upset, my brain doesn't work, you know, which is probably what went down with me and Miss Danielle. I was probably busy, upset, and frustrated, and I hit the wrong shit. And so that's why I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's a big misunderstanding because
Yeah.
I didn't quit smoking for nothing. You know, that was really hard. It's still really hard.
I haven't. I've been nicotine free for August, September, October, November, December, January, February, almost 8 months now. And finally,
Oh,
I've stopped having the cravings. Where you're just laying there like, oh my gosh, a little nicotine would be so good right now. And
yeah,
like,
you just want one puff, you know, which I almost slipped up and took a little happy tonight that a friend offered me because I was panicking, because the day just kind of sucked for me, guys. It really kind of did. It was a rough day, you know. But luckily, like I said, tomorrow I'm getting my RB paid off.
nice, that's super exciting.
Oh yeah, so I don't have to worry about that. I can actually keep majority of my money now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does the
Uh,
RV run? I know you said it was stuck in the mud.
Yeah, it's not just stuck in the mud. It's got a couple flat tires on
Oof.
it, but luckily what's leveled it out is the natural hydraulic system on it. But that's starting to sink and unlevel. So my doors are hard to close and stuff like that. But it's just the way the yard is, and quite frankly, until I get this thing fixed up and ready to go, uh, I don't even know how to drive it. So I got to learn how to drive the SOB first. But
Right?
once I learn how to drive this thing and master it, there's nowhere it's gonna stop me.
That's super cool.
Oh yeah, because if I'm getting paid every month and I can't physically work, why not make my life an adventure again?
Yeah,
Like I did
exactly.
when I was a teenager.
That story you told today about how you met your friends, that was
What's up,
wild.
Justin? Yeah, that's literally that's how I've met a lot of people. It really is. I've met a lot of people through just my journeys and everything like that. I've met people from all walks of life, you know, and I wanted to be a part of National Geographic growing up. Well, I didn't exactly get to do that. I didn't exactly get to do that. So instead, I made the next best thing and I traveled. So,
Nice. Well, that's awesome. And you sound like you've
yeah.
kind of traveled the world a fair amount too.
All I've been to is Mexico, Raton, or Mexico, Honduras, and Belize. Um, I haven't been outside the US other than that. So, but I'd love to go to Africa, India, Europe, uh, all over the place. If I go to England, I'm following the Arthurian Trail though. I'm also going to visit Lyndon's farm, what's left of it.
That's super
That was
cool.
the start of the Viking Age.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna pop that into the history here. Linden's
Yeah.
Farm.
Ragnar Lothbrok decided to sail, I think it was east instead of west, and do the raids then. And when he did, he stumbled upon Linden Farm, England. And that was the start of the Viking era. That was whenever the ratings started and they their history started actually getting written down. And that was also when Christianity was first introduced um, to what they called the Danes at the time. The Saxons called them Danish, but some of them were Icelandic, some of them were Norwegian, some of them were Scandinavian. Because like Scorpo was Scandinavian,
Hmm.
but Canute was I think Norwegian, and Ragnar Lothbrok was from Iceland.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, there was 9 tribes, and then there was several smaller little villages spread out through there, little tribes that were part of it. But there was 9 major kingdoms, 9 major jarls that all came together under one jarl that would direct everything and figure out where they were raiding and who got what share and stuff like that. So it was a pretty easy system, and I also like the fact that Vikings were one of the first people to introduce divorce. Um, a woman could leave her man if she found him cheating. She could straight up leave him. Just say like, you know what, screw you. I'm walking away from here. You can have the damn farm. You know. But and it was up to the jarl to decide who ran the household better, and that depended on who got the household. Like if the guy was just a lazy raider and he only cared about going out and fighting and everything like that, he didn't help the farm, didn't help the community. Then yeah, he'd get his butt kicked out, and then he have to go find his own new home, and she get to keep it, and
Dang.
she get to keep his title.
That's super cool.
Yeah, but it's Jarl, Jarl, Carl, and Thrall is the different caste levels because they had a caste system. And a thrall was a slave, but a thrall could always earn his way up into being a carl,
Hmm.
which those were crafters. And I may have Jarl and Carl mixed up, but
That's
yeah, let's see.
yeah. I just looked it up here. The jarl is the nobles and the chieftains, the wealthy
Yeah, I
landowners,
had
rulers, and warriors. Carls were the freemen and farmers,
yeah,
majority of the population, and then the thralls were the slaves and the servants.
yep. Which I would have been a craftsman because I'm a blacksmith. With my problems, I would have, as long as I could contribute somehow, they would have seen that as self-reliance and strength. So I would have been a blacksmith back in those days.
The little bit I was looking up, they said I would be like a messenger and stuff like that. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, I'll take that.
yeah. Because this is one of my short swords that I made. I went and got it from my dad's today.
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
What'd you make? Is that like uh, what do you call the part where you
It-
put your hand? Yeah, what's that made out of?
the all right. This part right here, the handguard, the hilt,
Okay,
is made out of bronze and nickel. And then this is black walnut. This is elk bone, more black walnut, more nickel and bronze, and then solid bronze.
incredible. Holy wow, just how flat and All the
Yeah,
edges
and
and
it's
stuff.
Damascus steel.
That's crazy.
I made that when I lived up in Ohio. I had access to a friend of mine's forge, and he had all the stuff I needed. Which I just have a hammer and anvil and a forge, so all of mine are going to be mono steel.
Where? So he had the supplies for these. I'm just kind of curious, like scratching my head here. Like, where do you go to get the supplies for this? I mean, you can't just go down to Home Depot or something and pick up what you
No,
would
you
need.
can order them online.
Oh,
Yeah, you can order flat bar steel online depending upon what kind you want. Like my personal favorite to use is spring steel or 1060 CRC, 1060 or 1080 CRC, which is some pretty tough stuff. Once you harden it, it turns into a hell of a blade. Now, this one here is just simply high carbon steel. You know, it's not super special. But that's because it's a training sword. You know, I expected it to fall apart. I haven't expected it to last as long as it did, but it has. But this one isn't sharp. That short sword I showed you sharp. The short sword's honestly what I use for home part of what I use for home defense. The first line of defense is Shuck. Second line of defense is my Mossberg Hogbuster. Last line of defense is my short sword. Smithing is still a thing. Cast iron is a little harder, I think, but doesn't need the same body strength. What's up, Alex? I'm glad you like it, Jin Jin. Yeah, I remember you, Alex. Hey, I'm pretty weird. It's nice to see you on here. Guys, I'm pretty weird. Does some hellaciously good music. If you like some good R&B and some good rap, go check her out. She's really good. Nothing much, man. Sorry, I had to answer a few people,
oh, no worries
but
at all. Gotta.
let's get back to the conversation. Um, Most of your Viking fighters didn't have that sword, though. That was for people like the Jarls. Most of your Carls that fought carried one of these.
Golly. Hmm.
Just a simple little hand axe, you know.
How much does that weigh?
Uh, it's less than a bag of flour.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's not super heavy. I could wield it fairly easily. You know, even in my trailer, I could wield it easy. But this is a training one too, so it's dull.
Hmm.
My actual combat axe is my tomahawk inside. But most of your Vikings would wield one of those or a wood cutting axe. And it's because they were simple, they were cheap, they were made quickly, and they were easily replaced because most of the time the only thing that broke on them was the handle. If it chipped, it was just a simple grind it down a little bit more and you were good. If a sword chips, that's suddenly a stressor. That's a stress riser, and you got a chance of it breaking.
Hmm.
So swords were expensive, and steel was hard to come by for the Vikings. That was another reason why they raided. They also traded with the different tribes all over the world that were finding out. Um, I read an article, I don't know how accurate, but it claimed that they were finding Viking artifacts in Saudi Arabia,
Oh,
around the
interesting. That's
Saudi
wild.
Arabian coast. Yeah, so they think there was a Viking post out there where they traded with the Saudi Arabians for maybe better steel. Yeah, it has been a hot minute, man. I'm glad to see you too, brother Alex. Hey, what's up, Dobby? How you doing, sweetie? Thank you. There's a legend of the sword made from metal from the sky. It was the first steel sword. Yeah, he's right. Supposedly the legend of the earliest known legend of a steel sword was made from a meteorite.
That's wild.
Oh yeah, it's interesting to learn some of these things, but my biggest thing that I had trouble remembering is there's so many gods in Norse mythology that I only follow a few. So I mainly remember them because I don't really sail that much, so I don't need to worry about Nord. That's the god of the sea. I don't have to worry about him so much. But there's not just gods that are worshipped. There's Jotuns that are worshipped. They're seen as primordial forces. Like of course Yarmungandr. He's seen as a primordial being of pure strength and size. Uh, you've got legends that teach humility, that involve the Jotun. Like there was at one point that Thor, Loki, and I think it was Balder went to Jotunheim and visited the Jotuns there to have some kind of conversation with the king. I can't remember every part of it, but the king said he would grant them their request that they were asking under one condition, and that was if Thor could complete three tasks. The first task was he handed him a goblet, and he said, "Chug this as fast as you can." Well, he started chugging, and he started chugging, and he started chugging, and this briny solution just tasted foul, but he just kept drinking all that he could until he couldn't drink no more. But he seemed to not be able to empty out the goblet, and he handed it to him, and the Jotun laughed. Well, Thor, of course, got upset. He said, "Now lift my cat," is what the Jotun king demanded. So Thor tries to pick up the cat. But no matter how hard he tries, he can't get the hat's head and tip of its tail off the ground. But he can pick up all the rest. And then all of a sudden he goes, "Now we will have a match of combat," says the Jotun king. And Thor is like, "All right, finally, something I can do." He goes, "We're going to have a wrestling match. Let's do this." Well, this old woman steps out. And no matter how hard he tries, he can't seem to overcome her. But she can't seem to overcome him either. Well, when it's all over said and done, the Jotun king grants them what they ask for. And oh, it's a good thing I got water here. Pill time. But he grants them their request. And what their request was I think to free Lady Sif that was carried away in a walnut by Loki and dropped off at the Jotun King's palace, if I remember correctly. I might have my legends twisted, but anyhow, uh, so he takes and you know the Jotun King looks at him and he says, "I will grant you your request." Well, Thor's flabbergasted. He can't figure out why he's okay with granting the request because he failed. He failed every task. Well, come to find out, the Jotun King laughs and looks him dead in the face and says, "My dear friend, child of Odin, you know, you did not wrestle with an old woman. You wrestled with time. You did not drink from a goblet. You drank three-quarters of the oceans. You did not lift a cat. You lifted Yarmungandr." So Thor's strength was revealed to him that day in a humble, humiliating way. And it was a lesson taught to be humble and understand that there's always something that you're going to face that's going to be difficult. But remember your strength, remember your talents, remember your power. You know, and it's one of my favorite legends by him. That and aside from the one where he has to dress as a woman and go go get his hammer back and be the bride to the Jotunheim that won the strength games. That one is just funny because I just picture him sitting there like, I hate you all.
Right.
Wearing that dress. And according to the myth, he rips the dress off. So he slaughters the entire Jotun mead hall buck naked, you know. So Thor was nobody really to mess with. He was strength, he was power. And to hear that a lot of his stories are him getting humbled, getting taught lessons, that's what I like about Marvel. Because for some reason my nose is stuffy. It's driving me nuts.
I think we got some people in the chat that got some questions here.
Oh, we do. Okay, I got to yakking.
They're a little.
What's up?
I'm flying 90. Hey, Amber.
I will pray for your family. I will definitely pray for your parents, sweetheart. I hope everything gets better. But I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even recognize. What about final thoughts? You used to talk about that.
I'm gonna go
Well,
grab some
tonight
water
we were
really
having
quick.
with Flying 90. What's up?
I'm gonna grab some water really quick, so I'll be right back.
All right, brother. Tonight we were Flying 90 wanted to do a show tonight. So not only that, I like doing dual lives. So our final thoughts tonight are on my religion as an Asatru. And I do apologize for my nose, guys. It is driving me nuts. Oh, you're all good, Amber. I wish you the best. I really do. That's got to be rough. It's got to. When Flight 90 gets back, I'm going to show him something. So I hope you guys stick around to enjoy it. I'm glad we got 7 likes. We got 6 people watching. I love you too, my Jen. I'm sorry if I haven't been paying attention. Things just kind of fly by fast. My squirrels tried to lay in my bed and go to sleep. Oh, I love squirrels. I miss my nutsy. he was he was a lot of fun. Squirrels are good pets. They'll lick you too, like a dog. They'll lick you right up your arm. And be careful. Somebody tries to slap you. A squirrel's the worst thing to have running down your shirt. People make jokes about their squirrels down their shirts or down their pants. Get an actual squirrel going down your shirt or your pants in a bad mood. That's like having a whippersnipper loose in your pants. You ain't gonna be happy. Oh, that's cute. Thank you, my Jen. Thank you for being so understanding. Oh, my nose, guys. My nose. I guess it's from visiting my dad's and going in that storage room. It's really dusty. Um, so, oh, so I think that's why my nose is all stopped up because that storage room my dad doesn't clean. I miss you too, my love. My poor Jen. He's had such a rough day.
Hope she's feeling better.
He is feeling a little better. You know, we both had a rough day today, guys. That's why I'm not as spunky as I usually am, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Yeah, let me move this a little closer.
Nope. I mean, I do look pretty young, I guess.
Thought you were a kid, man. Well, anyway, guys. So yeah. Um, Another thing, that like I had mentioned last night. A lot of people don't realize dwarves are Viking legends, you know. And I always thought that was cool that dwarves were actually no. It was no wonder they reminded me of Vikings, and I love how they threw in a Viking aspect into it for Lord of the Rings. No problem, my love. You're welcome very much, my Jen. Getting kind of chilly there, buddy.
Yeah, I got that dried sweat going on now. So I'm super cold.
Oh, I got you. Oh, you're all good, Amber. It happens. We have a lot of people that wishes they could catch Morning Mojo, but that's why I make 3 live shows a day. But here pretty soon, tomorrow I'm gonna go on ahead and do a final thought, just because I need to throw that out there. But tonight, we were trying to do this last time and it didn't work, so this is a retry of the Viking lore thing. And yes, it is true that weapons are a part of us. I'm also supposed to have a hammer, because I'm supposed to have an altar to every deity in the pantheon that I serve. So I'm trying to actually get that set up. Right now, I just got a bunch of Godzillas sitting around.
The he's not a dragon, but I only
He
know
is
him as
kind of like a
Godzilla.
dragon, but like a lindworm. He would be a good example of Yarmungandr, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, or the behemoth from Christian faith. But hang on a second, guys, and I'll show y'all. Ugh, I had to make sure my pants don't fall off. I'm losing so much weight. Like I said, swinging those around, they're about 3 to 4 pounds, but I'm gonna switch over to a great sword, so it'll be a little bit more weight. But yeah, my Godzillas
Oh heck yeah, that's awesome.
and my Kong. Yeah. So right now, just walking around. Oh, and this back when I did drink is what I used to drink. This was my favorite mead. Ooh, hang on. Hey, shoo! Bless me, guys. Sorry. Excuse me. Woo! Yep, that was dust from Dad's house. Guarantee it.
Oh wow, what
Hey,
an awesome logo.
yeah, I love it too, man. And it's really, really good. And one of the things that people don't realize about the Vikings is that we learned recently. Believe it or not, a lot of people back in those days had worms in their guts, like dogs do, and we actually learned to live in symbiosis with it. But hubba hubba, she saw me pulling up my pants. I feel like I met you one day, Fly. If you
Hey,
kill someone, you
your
be
name Amber
executed.
doesn't ring a bell.
Yes, Amber. If you killed a member of your tribe for no reason, if you had if he stole from you, he slept with your wife, he killed an animal of yours, if he committed a smite against you, you could actually take and kill him according to the Jarl. But the Jarl had to give you permission. But yeah, this stuff right here was is pretty cheap, here in my hometown. And they would drink this stuff, and the antibacterial properties of the honeymead would actually take and help them deal with the parasites.
That's
You know,
wild, huh?
yeah, and it's because it's just a honey wine. Cheap mead back in the day, so it could be made quickly, was just honey, water, and yeast. There was nothing else. It was very simple to make, and it just makes a wine, and it's very tasty in my opinion. You know, it's got a good full flavor. You don't drink it cold, you drink it at room temperature. You know, and just pop that sucker open and slurp her down.
Right.
I could drink this whole bottle and not get drunk, and it's like, where is it at? 12% alcohol by volume, 12.9.
Goodness
Because
gracious.
yeah, it's a real nice, the way it hits you. It doesn't really get you drunk because the honey in it settles your stomach in the process.
Oh,
So you
interesting.
don't really get the drunk effects.
So then it doesn't have like that high sugar content that makes you hungover the next morning?
I wouldn't know. I don't get hangovers. Yeah, I'm serious. I literally drank like 4 bottles of sake one night with a Japanese friend of mine, and, yeah, nothing. I don't get hangovers.
That's crazy.
I might be sleepy when I wake up, but that's the worst.
Yeah, that was one of the
But
biggest reasons why I quit drinking, and I'd wake up and I'd have, the shakes and stuff, and working at a brewery is like one big party every single night, and it's like it's taxing on your body.
oh, yeah, you're doing liver dance for about 20 years. But, you know, mead was also something that was said to have been provided by, the gods as well. It was said to have been provided by, the Valkyrie. I can't remember which Valkyrie it was said to have provided it, but she was said to have stumbled upon it and brought it to Odin, and he was so pleased that he made it the drink of his people. So,
Interesting. Huh.
yeah, there's like I said, I'm still trying to memorize a lot of the lore. I've been in Asatru for a long time, but you guys got to remember, my brain went scatterbrain about 5 years ago and still hasn't recovered because of my schizophrenia. So I have to relearn a lot of stuff I used to know. You know?
What did you say the Oza truth? Is that the overall faith?
Yes, Asa True, like Asa True,
I'm just kind of
A
taking
S
notes here
A T R U.
because I've heard you've mentioned Norse paganism too, so I was curious like what the
Well,
real or not real word is.
I say Norse paganism so that majority of people will understand what I'm talking about. You know, if you say Asatru, most people are just like, "What the hell? Is that like some form of astrology?" You know. so it, to nope, that's better where it was. So to prevent confusion, I just call it Norse paganism, and it's because even people I've met that have been in this faith for 12, 30, 12 to 20 years didn't know it was called Asatru.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah. I stumbled upon this from an Icelandic man that I met through Facebook because I tried Facebook for a while, but I kept getting hacked to the point where I'm not allowed to make a Facebook again.
There's nothing good on those sites, anyways. I've been
No,
off
there's
of
not.
social media for a while now, and I love it.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Here we go. Hang on. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, guys. If you remember my real name is JB. Yes, I remember, Amber. Ian's live. Yes, I remember where I met you from, sweetie. I just keep saying sweetie because I'm used to seeing Amber, and I do remember your name is JB, but I have another guy that's got a female account with a male's actual name, and I get you two confused. So I do apologize. I'm so sorry, man. Oh man. Like I said, it's been a day for me, guys. My brain is overworked. And I had that one great thing happen whenever I was able to actually be able to make a deal with the guy who owns my trailer where I could just straight up buy it outright. They call it Facebook, but there are a hunk of buttholes there. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And thank you, man. Everybody does make mistakes. And I make a lot of them. I'm not gonna lie. I make mistakes. But I try to at least own up to them.
Exactly. I know that's one of the nine. It has to be one of the nine characteristics, right?
Honor. Honor. Exactly. Honor your friends, never smite your brother. You know, there's honor, hospitality, discipline, fidelity, integrity. self-reliance, industriousness, truth, and
Perseverance.
yeah,
Balance.
perseverance. Yeah, perseverance. Uh, it's been a minute. I think that's the only one I missed was perseverance.
Um, so like we're like the same age. Did you ever watch like SpongeBob and stuff as a kid?
No, I did not like it from the get-go. I saw the preview for the first episode, and I heard that laugh, and I was like, "Nope." Just nope. Nope, 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 nope,
Because after
nope.
we started talking about all this the Viking culture, it reminded me of like whoa, what was Leif Erikson's day from? And then that was an episode of SpongeBob was Happy Leif Erikson Day.
You
So I was
know,
curious if that's a real thing.
Amber, I might think about that. Might do a Friday show and tell. Oh, by the way, Flight, you're gonna get the snake staff, brother.
Oh heck yeah, that's
You're
super
gonna get the
awesome! Wow,
snake staff.
what an honor.
Yeah, that's real copperhead skin. I'm gonna seal it on there with some polyurethane after I take and do all the burning. So you're gonna get the snake staff.
Wow, I
I got
extremely appreciate that.
I got another one that I'm working on now, but this sucker's a honker. Like that's a combat staff there.
Golly,
It's
wow.
I
Gosh, I
thought
couldn't
about
imagine
making
getting whacked by that.
oh, Bubba, I whacked a cinder block with it earlier today at my dad's, and it went bye bye. It wasn't a cinder block; it was cinder chunks. So you get hit in the head with this thing, and you don't have a head. I don't care if you're wearing a helmet or not. Your skull's in little shattered pieces on the inside. That's why I love blunt weapons. I have my axe, I have my sword, but my main carry around is my mace.
That one's
I
awesome.
literally carry this everywhere. It's my cane. My friend calls it my pimp stick. Yeah, she apparently she grew up watching the show. And yes, I do remember Family Matters. That was pretty good. Oh, my nose, man. I'm so gonna go take some Benadryl after this. Driving me nuts. But let's see, what other question you got?
Gosh, I'm not really too sure. I feel like we so there is no Leif Erikson's Day, and we don't actually celebrate that.
I don't know if there is here in America, and I haven't bothered to look it up for sure. But Leif Erikson was a real person. In fact, I'm related to him.
Yeah,
He he's the son of Eric the Red, my direct ancestor, the furthest back I could go.
that's wild.
So yeah. Hi, Rock. How you doing? Hold on, I got a phone call.
It looks like it's just me now. Yeah, it's I just had a lot of questions about like Viking culture and Viking stuff like that. In my stream, we deep dived into an alternate reality, or sorry, alternate timeline where um like the Viking culture never was dissolved by Christianity, and I consider Clint as like the Viking authority. So I just started asking him questions, and then I picked up this book called "The Sagas of the Icelanders" or "Sagas of Icelanders." Sorry, it's a pretty thick book. And I was like, you know what, Clint, it'd be super fun if we just kind of talked about this during the stream. And so yeah, here we are. We tried doing it last night, but the connection wasn't really too solid. So we circled back and we're doing it tonight, and it seems like we're having a better connection. At least where I am, on the west coast of California, we're in a miserable storm, so my cell service hasn't been really too great. I don't know, Clint, are you having any
Sorry.
storms and stuff over there?
No, actually, we got clear skies. We had a little bit of sprinkling earlier today, but we got clear skies. It's actually pretty today. So sorry about that, guys. Um, my trailer's owner, the one that I'm buying it from finally tomorrow, he has to write me a bill of sale because guess what he lost? The key to his safety deposit box in his garage. In it,
Oh
all of his
no.
stuff that he packed in. So he's going through every box he has packed up so he can find it, so he can get my title back. 10.
10?
Oh, okay. It's an official thing in the US. I didn't know that. I didn't think it was here. All right, cool. I'm gonna have to celebrate that from now on. Start crafting out my crashing out. My blanket is so small. Like, oh, I got you, Rock. I'm sorry. Oh, my nose. But yeah, guys, I am gonna start doing videos because of your suggestion, Flight. I am gonna start doing videos every now and then of me training. I'm just trying to get a tripod. So once I get this paid off, guys, I'll be having $274 a month instead of 60. So that's gonna save a lot of my problem because all I gotta pay is my lot space, and that's $100. So yay!
Are you gonna stay parked, I guess, where you are for a while?
Oh, I'm gonna be here for a while. I'm gonna be here till my friend dies, which he has sepsis and osteomyelitis and MRSA, on top of his disability, being paralyzed. So he's dying.
Golly, that's awful to
So
hear. Sorry about that.
it's the state of Texas, man. They really don't take care of us down here. If you don't have money, you ain't got nothing. You really got to do it on your own. And that's why I started this channel. That's why I try so hard. That's why I try to be the nicest guy on YouTube, and I always try to come on here with a big smile for you guys. Um, yeah, I have my bad days, but I still try to come on here happy for you guys, because y'all expect it. And I want to do that. I want to be that guy. Not putting on a facade because that's why I tell y'all the truth of what's going on. You know, I just put myself in a happy mood. It's not hard. Listen to your favorite music for about an hour, meditate. You're good.
Hmm.
Well, if you learn how to do that, some people can't do it that easy. My dad could count to 100, hold his breath until he passed out, and he'd still be pissed when he woke up. And it's because he dropped a pen between his bed and his nightstand. I'm like, Dad, you got five more right there. It's not the point. I know. I try to smile so much, my love. You know what? I'm actually going to put you because you can fit that. You're going to go right here. There. Sorry, I just found a really good spot to put my short sword. Right beside where my head lays, which I'm also going to get my katana, my lightsaber, and a few other of my weapons from my dad's. I'm gonna get my leaf spring, my forge. I'm gonna show you guys how to forge a Viking sax. I gotta get the handle material together though, guys. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be the one that's gonna cost some money because I had some deer bone and then Chuck found it.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Ah.
it's deer powder in the front yard somewhere.
Oh, excuse me. This is like
But
a random
I'm
question
gonna
because
have
you were.
deer
I
bone.
was.
What's up?
You know how like in like Christian faith and kind of just I guess in America at least when someone sneezes they're like, oh bless you, or God bless you. Do is that just singular to Christianity or is that also like
I think it's
Norse?
Christianity, Catholicism, and monotheistical Judaic faith anyway. Because like we don't have anything you say to that. You know, we don't say God bless you or anything. We just look at you. We just say excuse me or bless me, which bless meant and from what I heard in Icelandic means sort of like excuse me.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's just a simple way of saying oops. Because they were big on respect. They were big on, you know, hygiene, actually, too. You know, they were also big on tattoos. They were tattooed from head to toe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm working on mine. I only got the one, but by God, I did it with an alligator cartoon. Leave me alone. But yeah, I had to make my own. I can't afford tattoos. The things is expensive.
They are expensive, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, I. That's why I just design them instead. I'd like to be a tattoo artist. That'd be something cool to learn. You know, one guy said he could make me a piercer, but I think the last thing my Jin wants me to do is have to pierce some chick's boobs or something like that. Oh, you can't meditate, you have ADHD? Hi, Shelly, how you doing? Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to go check it out, Rock. He's got more of his art posted. He's pretty good at it.
Is that the
What
one
do you
who's
want, Shelly?
making the shirts for you, or the shirt design?
I'm gonna have to go look at whose name that was. I think that was Sean, actually. Uh, I can't remember, but I have the email saved, so I would remember who it is.
Right,
But
right.
remembering names right off the bat for me, unless I've known you for a while, like I still every now and then forget what your real name is. That's why I keep just calling you Flying 90. Flying 90.
That's all right. A lot of people just call me Flying 90, so I totally get it.
Yeah, it just works. It's like everybody around here forgets my real name. They just call me Gator, you know. Oh, hang on. You are breathing all up my backside. What do you want, boy? What do you want, Chuck? Huh? You want to come up here? You want to come up here and say hi? Come on, say hi. You can't say hi facing this way. We don't want to look at your butt. Oh yeah, that's my dog Chuck. That's my buddy. Do you need to go potty? All right, we gonna go to the front door, you guys.
Well, if we're
Which
gonna
we only
keep,
got about 3 minutes left
I was
anyway.
gonna say we're almost to an hour, right?
Yeah. Oh, let's go on ahead. Plant my butt here. Ah, and we'll sit here and let Chuck go to the bathroom. That is the great thing about him. He won't get out of the yard at all.
That is good. That's
See you later, Shelly.
a good what do you call it? Like come back and like stay kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, you know
Return. I
he
think that's what I'm looking for.
he's just real whoa blah. Never mind, I can't talk. It's one of them days for me, brother. It's one of them days, man. Oh, it's been a rough one today. But
And it is
we
10 o'clock there for you.
yeah, we only got 2 more minutes left. Oh, Bella, would you shut up? You're barking at Chuck. And there she goes after him. That dog is goofy. But that's one thing. The Vikings also were one of the first people in Europe to domesticate dogs as well.
Oh,
They were
interesting.
one
That's
of the
really cool.
they were one of the earliest civilizations in Europe. To actually start establishing something. It's just when the Christianic faith took over, they burned a lot of our text and destroyed a lot of our books. That's why we only have the Embless and the uh the Embless and the Edda saga to go by. We really don't have very many. They burned most of our faiths and beliefs. But I'm learning runic right now, so that's going to be interesting. So I've been showing my face more and stuff because I'm trying to overcome my social fear when being quiet and shy. And so I try to be more comfortable with my face and art. Nice. They were also some of the first to keep cats. Yes, and it's because Freya's chariot was pulled by cats. The queen of the gods, her chariot was pulled by cats. What's
Wow.
up, guys? Well,
Hey,
I
Ross.
hate to say it, but we hit an hour. My phone's gonna have trouble uploading this. It's gonna take all day, and all day tomorrow. But I'll see you guys later. So I'll check you out. Remember, love you, mama. Love you, papa. Love yourself. Be kind and always find a way to help, guys. I'll check y'all later.
See you, everyone. Thanks for letting me hang out.
Hey, no problem, man.